with 1 second. All the amazing people coming in. Hello, ladies, and welcome. So lovely to see you here today. So many amazing faces. It feels like it has been forever since we last seen you, and it's only just been a month. Bear with as we press all the buttons to make sure that everything is working. So many beautiful faces in the room. Welcome to Women Thrive Special 2025 Speakers Awards. I'm one of your hosts. If I may ask to all of you for you to mute yourselves, bear with. We're going to mute everyone and my lovely co-host Abigail Rebecca, who will be joining me in co-hosting this event. So good to see so many beautiful faces. Welcome. Hi, Abigail. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Ramonda. Hi, everyone. I'm so good. It's so lovely to see a full screen of everyone. It's just so amazing to see you all. Welcome. I'm really excited about this evening's or this morning's call, wherever you are in the world. Welcome.
Yes. And as you join in, please let us know in the chat where in the world you're joining us from. There are so many amazing people joining us. If you have attended the Women Thrive Summit, I hope that this is a great time for all of us to come back, celebrate, maybe make some new connections, maybe see some familiar faces that you've seen on the summit already. Maybe you only got to watch some of the replay, and I'm going to share some more details of how to catch some more of the replays. Maybe you'll meet someone that you feel inspired and motivated by in today's call, which is going to be amazing. And like I said, today is all about making connections, reconvening. It's been a month since our annual Women Thrive event, and also celebrating, of course, some of you have taken the time to vote for our amazing speakers. And and therefore, today we already have our count of the winners of the Women Thrive Awards ceremony. Just to give you a little bit of a background, so Women Thrive Awards ceremony for speakers have been going, I believe this is our third year. And we started this as a result of our annual summit. So, our annual summit happens every third week of March, which is our women empowerment event that we've been hosting since 2020. And all of the speakers really grow so much through this entire process, being part of the community, being part of the summit, creating a lot of impact. And we have various categories. We realized there needs to be celebration at the end of it, but something special, something not just let's do a closing party, but real celebration and recognition of their achievements, of their contributions, of their growth, and so much more. Abigail, would you share something about what really these awards signify for you, and what do you see as this is an opportunity for us to really invite all of our community together?
Well, seeing this is my second awards now because we're part I came on last year as well. For me, what I really take away from it, what I'm excited about tonight is that it's a real celebration, celebrating all these amazing women. Many of the women that you see on the screens might not necessarily be seasoned speakers. It might be the first time that they've ever spoken on a stage like this, and pushing themselves out their comfort zone, really stretching themselves for their own personal development and growth. And so I see this as a real celebration, celebrating one another, celebrating all the amazing wins that we've had in this community, and celebrating women, like celebrating women coming together, building relationships, not being in competition with one another, holding each other up with real high esteem, and supporting one another as we grow. That's what I feel that this truly represents.
Amazing. And absolutely, there are so many of you lovely ladies. I'd love to say hello to some of you if you'd like to before we kick things off, but also say hello to our audience. So I see lots of you in the chat. We got Katie, Kaylin, Emily from Washington, Ronya from London, Danette from Colorado. I know Clodagh in the UK, Lisa in the UK. Karen in New York City and in Virginia, Garisha in Budapest, Becca in Indianapolis, Dan in Sweden, Catherine from Scotland. Amazing. We've got all of you from different parts of the world. Kaylin from Canada, Palm Desert, California, Pamela says. This is a great space for you to make connections. So, like I said, if you want, change the view of the screen to gallery so you can see everyone on the screen. We spotlighted the speakers and we'll spotlight those who come on stage just for recording purposes, and that's it. It's easier for us to kind of keep focus on the speakers, but you can change your view to gallery if that helps and if you want to see everybody on screen. We started the Women Thrive movement, I would say, in the midst of pandemic, during the times when things were super uncertain. It felt like things are falling apart. We didn't know how to, I think everybody felt really, really lost. And at the time, I was working on live in-person events. That was going to be our um, first international event, which was meant to be happening in Atlanta at the time. And what happened was, obviously, it didn't happen. But what was born out of that moment was Women Thrive. And as I sat there at my kitchen table, having to send an email to all of our attendees, to our team, to notify everyone of us having to cancel this event, at that moment, I felt a little bit hopeless because I felt like I worked on something for so hard and for so long for all to fall apart. But what I realized that I wasn't alone. And there were other people far worse than I was in that position. I thought, if I feel like this, that I'm having to give up, yet my heart is saying, don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your mission. No matter whatever the circumstances are right now, don't give up on pursuing your purpose or what you are here to do. And the next morning, I woke up and I said, I have to do something. Despite us not being able to move forward with that particular event in Atlanta, which would have hosted 250 people, potentially 8 speakers, I was heartbroken. But I said, you know what, this is our time. This is our time to do something for all women from all around the world. And the very next day, I made this decision to start Women Thrive and to make an international event for everybody to join. And as soon as I put a call out for speakers, we had 350 people come and apply. And I thought, oh my God, what are we going to do now? And we had only a few weeks to organize this event. And it was amazing just to see being able to create a stage, a platform, and a community during the times when it was the most hard for everyone to know what to do, but to create opportunities for all of us to connect, to thrive, to be part of something a little bit bigger than ourselves and our own businesses, and be able to be of service. So when things are uncertain, when you don't know which direction to go, when you feel like something is not moving, I want to say to you, be of service to someone. Connect with someone who you can support. Do something that reminds you of why you are here and what is your passion and purpose in this world. And by me doing what I was called to do and what I was good at the time and serving everyone else, I found my purpose. We could just ask for everyone to mute themselves for the moment. And I found my purpose. And after the first event, which was really quite a successful event, I realized that I wanted to do this every year. We would dedicate the Women Thrive stage and the community to host women on an annual basis. and we take entire year to produce this event. Believe it or not, it takes entire year from the moment people apply. Applications for speaking are open now. People say, why it takes so long? Because we do something very different. We create a community, we create opportunities, we work with our speakers, we make impact for the entire year. It's not just one event. This is a real community where we hold space for everyone. And through our collective efforts, we want to make much bigger ripple effect. It's not about just that one event, one moment, one celebration, but it's really about the commitment, the ongoing commitment to continue what we're here to do. And I've been blessed that so many amazing, inspirational, courageous women came and joined me on this particular mission, including Abigail. But so many of you joined this movement, and you're the ones that make this event and the community success. Whether you are here today at this event to celebrate the speakers and just be here to support, whether you have been a speaker on our platform and you shared your heart and soul and your message with the world and with our listeners, just know that this is community that isn't just a one-time thing. It's not just something that we do once in a while. It's our long-term commitment to do these events every single year. You'll find us third week of March on Zoom, celebrating for an entire week, as well as hopefully doing many more in-person events. And your participation is what makes this community really different, outstanding, and great place to be. So that's just a little bit before we dive in, and I see so many amazing faces. Abigail, anything you wanted to add? I know you cherish this experience and really a big part of a community as a mentor within the speakers community, as a co-host, as my podcast co-host, and we're all around just amazing team member.
Thank you. Yes, I do really cherish this community. And as Ramonda said, we are now in the process of onboarding our speakers for next year's summit. And one of the things that I share with every single one of our speakers that might potentially come and speak on our stage is really the power of the community. You know, Ramonda's already spoken about it, I know, but this community is really special. And one of the things that I really celebrate every year is the relationships that you guys build with one another. I mean, I've already seen that there's some of our speakers from last year that are in here, you know, they might not even know you, the speakers from this year, they might not have even connected yet. But once you're in the Women Thrive community, you become sisters. And it's just a simple reaching out to one another and going, hey, I'm a speaker on the Women Thrive Summit. And it's quite incredible to see the doors that will open there. So I really love to see, and I want to celebrate all the collaborations, the friendships, the friendships that have been forged on this journey. Is really, really magical to see, actually. And, you know, very often it can feel that when we're growing our business, as entrepreneurs, founders, business owners, you know, whatever field you might be, whether you are offering a product, you're offering a service, it can often feel very, very lonely. You know, there's that old saying, like it feels lonely at the top. And that's because you might not necessarily have a group of people that you're able to confide in. So, you know, you might not necessarily be able to confide in your team members in a way that you would really want to be able to fully express yourself. Maybe some of your friends are amazing, but they don't quite understand what you're going through. They're not in your industry and they don't own a business like you do. And, you know, there are certain communities out there that might not necessarily feel supportive. Maybe it feels a little bit competitive. But one thing that I know for sure is that the door is always open at Women Thrive for all of our community, you know, not just the calls that we have with the speakers and the authors, but also our networking events every month. And you will always get a warm welcome. And that's one thing that I wanted to add. You know, if you do feel that this is quite a lonely journey that you are on, as a business owner, as you're growing your business, please know that there's an incredible community of women here that are not only here to support you and, potentially mentor you and offer you advice and support, they're also going to be really, really great friends. And I celebrate all of the friendships that have been forged throughout the whole of this journey.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing we got to do is kick off the awards ceremony and look and have a look who some of the winners are. Who feels excited? Who's ready to find out? Can I see some claps, some hearts, some fun? Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot. Okay, when we do, we're gonna need a drum roll. We're gonna need you to unmute your mics at some stages and do a little drum roll, and also do some claps or hearts or celebrations when we announce them. So I hope you participate and play full out, because we truly want to highlight some of the amazing women who created such a huge impact in our community and in your lives. And what I want to say that replays are still available. You can still watch two replays of the Women Thrive, two sessions for free. So if you're watching and you feel like you resonate with some of the women who are sharing parts of their stories and talking about some things, if you want to go back and watch some of these talks that we're going to be talking about today, you can watch two talks free of charge, or you can still upgrade your ticket. So maybe one of my team members will find a replay access link on Hey Summit. You can just register for free or potentially upgrade your ticket for entire year worth of access to the summit. For the $99, you get access to their bonuses, all the 5 years summits that we've run in the past, as well as a copy of the Women Thrive magazine. So that was fun. All right, so are you ready to kick things off? Yeah, I'm going to share my slides. Our team have created some slides. I'm going to try and avoid you seeing the winners before I share them on stage. And there might be some guests. There might be some people who might want to share a little something. If you're here to support someone, you can also raise your hand and let us know that you want to share a few words if they have been announced as a winner or as a speaker. So if you have want to share something for somebody today, maybe you watched their talk and they significantly impacted you personally, we would love for you to also share those messages with our speakers today. So that would be highly appreciated. Now let's kick things off. First of all, I want to say big thank you and congratulations to the 55 speakers that we spotlighted on the Women Thrive Summit in 2025. So far, I think we've hosted more than 350 speakers on our stage, women from all around the world, more than 35 or 40 different countries that has been represented on our stage. So huge, diverse community, diverse women from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different ages, different ethnicities, which we're really proud to create such a diverse and amazing platform of women. It makes me feel really emotional. Just every year, after we've done our selection process and all the speakers have been confirmed, we do this group photo of everyone. And that's really big emotional moment personally for me, just to see all the women standing together in the photo as a real collective powerhouse. So first nomination, personally, sorry, apologies. Myself as your host, Raimonda Jan, and the founder of Women Thrive Media. I'm a visibility mentor and just really passionate about women empowerment and supporting women in sharing their voice on global stages. I've gone through my own experience of losing my voice, losing my confidence, and to be where I am today and have so much support and be the mentor for so many speakers on our platform is a real honor to just to be here, knowing that some years ago really struggled to even have my voice or share my story. My beautiful co-host, Abigail Rebecca, visibility goddess, uh, incredible woman who's held space for speakers throughout the entire year, mentored, supported, has been absolute support for me through our in-person events, retreats, traveled with me, and soldiered with me through the entire Women Thrive Summit, which, unlike most summits, runs completely live for a whole 5 days for 11 hours a week, a day, and as well as other co-hosts and our incredible team. Big shout out to Joel, who's here on the call, who was production manager for our event. So just a huge shout out. And Abigail, we couldn't have done it without you this year, and hopefully we'll have you for many more years to come. We want to acknowledge Best Rising Star nominees. These have been women who have taken the stage potentially for the first time. This has not come easy, yes, for them to come and speak on our stage, but for every summit we host, we dedicate 20 to 25% of our stage to first time speakers. So we don't overlook women who have never spoken on stage, who may not have much speaking experience. We want this to be a stage where every woman's voice is recognized. And I'm very proud of this nomination because this is a recognition for women who have not had as much experience, speaking experience as others, but equally as amazing, as inspirational women alongside everybody else. And they deserve a huge, huge recognition. So, Abigail, do you want to mention all the names that have been nominated for this amazing category?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. Well, there's in all of our categories, there's some really special ladies in this. It takes a lot of courage to stand up on stage and push yourself out your comfort zone in this way when you have either none or very little experience of speaking. And it really is wonderful to witness these fantastic women and how they have really flourished and transformed throughout this whole process. As Ramonda's already mentioned, sometimes it is a year-long process for many of our speakers, and oh my goodness, how they have taken the horns and embraced it so much. So first of all, we have the wonderful Kate Mayer, who is based in the UK. She's actually based in Scotland. And it's been such a pleasure, Kate, to have you on our stage this year. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, for really coming in and sharing yourself vulnerably. And as a result of that, inspiring the whole of our speaker community with your stories and your thoughts and your experiences. We have Emily Cleghorn. I absolutely fell in love with Emily when I first met her on our first introduction call. She has just come on leaps and bounds and is really paving the way for all the brave mamas out there and is such an inspiration, and in turn is running her own events as well. Nikki Hillhouse, we connected through our love of Turkey. Merhaba, Nikki. Seni seviyorum. Nikki is actually from Scotland but now lives in Turkey and runs the most amazing retreats and is really connected in with a big way in our community. A wonderful talk, and she did it scared, and that's what I love about you so, so much. So congratulations, Nikki, for the nomination. Karen, beautiful Karen, who is stateside and has just done such a marvelous job, not only with her speaking, but also in her business, growing her business, like really, really giving her heart and soul to the whole experience with her beautiful crystal collection. As you can tell, I'm a fan of crystals. And then finally, last but no means least, I was absolutely blown away when I first met Danny. Danny is originally from the States, lives in Europe. She lives in Scandinavia. And her story of resilience and overcoming her own could have been debilitating experiences from our accident, and the way that she now inspires others, and she travels, and she really represents so much about Women Thrive. So we are so excited about our nominees for Best Rising Star.
Amazing. Yes. I already feel like all of you winners. I'm glad we didn't have to choose the winners ourselves. This was a public vote entirely, because we're too biased. And we love you all. And I already see you all as winners just by stepping to this opportunity and taking this brave move. So, congratulations to our Best Rising Star winner. Drum roll, open your mics, and let's make sure we celebrate.
Yay!
Best Rising Star is Karen Sarmento. Congratulations, Karen. You have been fantastic. You are the winner of this category. Would you like to share a few words with us today? Hey, Karen. Oh, we can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Congratulations, Karen.
Oh, that made me a little bit emotional. I'm really, really honored and excited. Thank you.
I'm sure you weren't expecting this.
No, and I've been in the company of so many powerful and amazing women, so I was just honored to be in the group and be part of this. It was
What was
amazing.
your highlight moment as the first time speaker coming in onto the summit? I'm sure this was not an easy thing for you to do. How far you have come in this journey.
I think aside from being able to share my voice and my mission, just being able to walk alongside of what you described as a sisterhood is so accurate. Lifelong friends and just the community is just second to none, more than I could have ever imagined. So the whole experience has been, it's kind of surreal. And then coming full circle to this right now is um, kind of at a loss. I'm a little bit at a loss for words, but I'm really excited. And this community is amazing. You're doing amazing things, and I'm honored to have been part of it.
Amazing. I have a guest in the house today who was a winner last year of the Rising Star Award. And I wanted to invite her to share a few words with you and everybody else. So I
Oh
want
my gosh.
to invite Kay McCready. Welcome to the stage. You were the winner last year of this nomination.
Yay!
Hi, Kay.
Hi. Karen, congratulations. You are absolutely incredible, as all of the ladies are who are here today and who've been part of Women Thrive. Um, it's been an incredible journey for you, I'm sure, as everybody else here. And it was exactly the same for me. I came as a first-time speaker, didn't really know what my voice was there to say, but I knew I had a story and I knew I had the lived experience to actually start to, discover who I was, to be able to help and serve other people. And being part of Women Thrive enabled me to do that, because I found myself being in a really safe space where I could discover my voice, and it was safe to do that. And I knew that other women within that environment were going through similar things or would honor that space and hold that space for you. So like you, I've created lifelong friendships, I'm sure you have as well, within the community, and it has been one of the best experiences of my life, and I hope it has for you too. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, and for that share. That's absolutely beautiful.
Thank
Thank
you.
Yeah,
you.
that's amazing.
Congratulations, Karen. As one of the things that we will be doing for those who have been winners who are winners of the categories, we're going to be doing a special interview in the Women Thrive magazine to spotlight your story and your journey. So congratulations. We will be having a conversation about doing your special interview in the Women Thrive magazine.
Thank you so much.
Okay, congratulations. Before you run away, there is someone that you have invited to be here on the stage this year. You saw something special in her, and you told her she needs to come on and do this. Would you share a few words with this person today?
Yeah, absolutely. It's for Nikki Hillhouse. And Nikki reached out to me to ask me what my experience was like on Women Thrive, and it's very easy to, give your opinion across to somebody else that might influence them either way. But what I did with Nikki was just tell her that my honest experience, and all I can ever say about Women Thrive for me personally was that my experience was absolutely brilliant from day one. And I was terrified to speak. I didn't have a voice. I'd silenced myself for 28 years. I'd just come out of a 28-year career and I was feeling lost. And I knew I had a voice, but I didn't know how to express that. I'd been so closed and lost my voice for so many years. But being able to be part of Women Thrive enabled me to find that. And, that's what I shared with Nikki, the fact that there was always support here for me at all levels, whether I was having a wobble, whether I was thinking that I was the only one who was feeling vulnerable or, sometimes really emotional, not knowing which direction to go, that there was always support from yourself, from Abigail, from lots of people within the community. So for me, it was just, really important that I shared my heart and shared my truth. Not, sometimes, like I said, it's easy to say, well, you might not do this and you might not do that, but I just got so much value from this space, and that's obviously why I'm here today to continue to support. I still have friendships with people within the community, and I've watched Nikki's journey, and she's been absolutely incredible. She's been vulnerable, but she's been honest and honoured her own voice and grown massively in the process. So I'm really, really proud of her.
Thank you. Nikki, I know life has thrown a few curveballs recently for you, but you shared on our last call, which I didn't know exactly, that Kay has spurred you on. Just tell us a little bit more about what was, I guess, your transformation post summit.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not my pad that I'm using. I think I just watched Kay's transformation. And I remember when we had that chat, Kay, and you were like, you will not regret this. Just, jump in there. You're not going to regret this. And I think all the girls know, like the journey that I've gone on this year. We all face things, don't we? Whether we get the curveballs thrown at us. But yeah, and I think it's to all, even when I did my talk, it's really for every woman out there who's been silenced, who feels like they haven't got a voice, they can't speak up for themselves, that it's so important. I've got my sisters downstairs right now and they're like, why did you do this? And I was like, for every woman out there who feels like they're not important and they're not worthy, and it's so important that they get their message out there. So yeah, there's so much that I could say. I could go on for the next 20 minutes, but it's just been amazing. And thank you, Kay, because without all your help and advice, and because I was really nervous about signing on the dotted line. I was like, well, I don't know what to do this. I'm not a speaker. I can't do all this. And then it's just been amazing, and so much has just like happened because of it. So it's just been amazing, and all the women that I've met and the collaborations and everything, it's been super, and all the support from Ramonda and Abby, and just it's hard to put into words sometimes, isn't it, how it's all been. And I'm sure we're going to all keep still continue to meet each other and support each other, and just wishing all the ladies who're starting to sign up for 2026, you're going to have a blast. You are going to be faced with you're going to have to dig deep. You're going to have to dig deep and step out your comfort zone. Let's just say that. And I always say this, stop looking in the rear view mirror because it takes your eyes off the path ahead. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go in this life? You've only got one, so go and live your life and do what you want to do. So yeah, I could be here forever chatting, so I'm going to thank you.
Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you, Kay, for coming on. I messaged you this morning. I was like, jump on in if you can, and a few others from last year. Truly appreciate it because it's so nice to see like last year's speakers and this year's speakers, and especially the Rising Star nominees and those who won the awards. So thank you. Abigail, we're gonna start introducing our next nomination, and I will be sharing my screen, and if you don't mind, I'd love for you to share what this next category is all about. Ooh, don't ruin it. You didn't see that.
Okay, moving on to our next most engaging speaker nominees. Oh my goodness, hang on. I've just cried and now my makeup has got into my lashes. I know it's not like a major problem, but I'm like, oh my goodness. It was so lovely to see you all on the screen. How amazing to see women just communicating in that way. I love it so much. Okay, most engaging speaker nominees. We had so many amazing speakers. It was very difficult to choose the nominees for this, but we are very gave just such an incredible talk and really used real life examples to bring her zone of genius to life. And I'm sure that you'll agree, for anyone that watched her talk, she was incredibly inspirational and outstanding. The amazing for the rest of our speakers. So she was our first speaker on day one and just gave an incredible talk. Marsha Gill, oh my goodness, Marsha, honestly, we were all talking about it in the team. Like everyone in the team was like, Marsha's talk was on fire. Marsha, your talk was incredible, incredible. And of course, not forgetting the amazing Haley Thomas, again, gave such an incredible and very, very inspirational talk and really set that stage on fire. And again, reminded that we don't get to choose the winner, because how on earth can you choose?
Sorry, bear with. My internet is not playing ball with me today. Thank you so much. Most engaging speaker. This category really blew me away. I was glued to my screen when these speakers were on stage. I didn't want to be interrupted listening to this because they really, really were that amazing on stage. So congratulations, drum roll, for our amazing, most engaging speaker of 2025. Congratulations. It's no surprise, Michelle Watson. Michelle, congratulations. You were truly outstanding. Again, I know life has thrown a couple curveballs, and you mentioned in one of our calls, you're like, this was not my best performance at all. Yet, I think a lot of people can agree you were definitely very, very engaging. So we'd love to bring you up on screen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really not expecting that. I'm just so grateful. It's been a privilege. I've really, really enjoyed this journey. been outspoken, been in groups, but what I really, really love about this group is that there was never ever any like feeling of competition. See it in many places. And I'm just hoping that, for me personally, I have not had a chance to connect with as many women with, and so I really am looking forward to keeping the communication. You've gone through, I just
Amazing. Michelle, congratulations. You were really amazing on stage and you had so much support coming through for you. I know you had to fly off to another country, literally like within days of the summit for personal reasons, and was just really, really proud of you. So congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Somebody else in this category that we mentioned was really incredible. And I want to invite her to stage to share a few words. And we're going to keep you on screen, Michelle, if you don't mind. That's Marsha Gill. And Marsha, I wanted to invite you on stage because when I was listening to your talk, I thought it was incredibly, incredibly empowering. It was not just engaging, but it shared so much truth for women and young girls that I thought it was a message that was really, really worthwhile recognizing and mentioning during today's awards ceremony. So, hello, welcome.
Time. It was a shocker for me. Everything that could go wrong that morning went wrong. Um, and so just to hear that it resonated and landed, man, that was all that it was worth it all. So I was so excited to share, so excited to be a part of this amazing community. Like Michelle mentioned, I've not had the opportunity to connect with as many women as I would like to, and I hope that we can continue. It's been a phenomenal experience from day one.
Thank you. Thank you, Marsha. Abigail, any questions for Marsha? I personally I was glued to your talk. I was in the middle of cooking and my mom was talking. I said, please don't talk to me. I have to hear this. It was amazing.
Yeah, she was. She told me that as well. I just wanted to ask really, Marsha and Michelle, actually, in terms of like your own personal development through this whole experience, there's so many things that happen throughout the whole experience, so we've got the Thrive Pod, we've got the monthly events where you can come and speak for 5 minutes. We've got the opportunity to be in the magazines, the podcasts. So there's so much going on practically, but also in terms of your own personal development. What do you feel that you're taking away from being a speaker on the summit this year? Marsha, I'd love to ask you, and then first of all, and then I'd love to hear from Michelle as well.
Wow. I think just, community. Took me off guard again. I had no idea until one of dropped the cover in our pod, and I was like, holy crap, where have I been? So just the community, just the support. I enjoy the Thrive Pod, our love, and just bouncing ideas and just going back and forth, and just the iron sharpens iron is really the experience that I had, because there were so many women there throughout the calls, throughout our pod, that have experienced different things on their journey, and the willingness to share, the willingness to hold each other up, the willingness to just drop words of encouragement and, hey, girl, you got this. That has just been transformative
Amazing. Thank you, Marsha. And that cover, I mean, Ramonda's just put both of you were on the cover. This is so amazing, right? You were both on the cover of the Women Thrive magazine, and what amazing cover.
For me, like I love my magazine cover. Like I love seeing my magazine cover. I just love it. But for me, it really was beautiful in the sense of not having to be in a place where you feel like you have to be perfect. And I really, really love that. And I'm really taking that away with me in the sense of, for me, authenticity is so important. And when you're constantly in an environment, because for me, it's like you're constantly in an environment where you're mentoring, where you're pouring out, where you're is crying, and it's not even someone that you know, but just the connection and the love. So I really, really love that, and I'm really taking that away with me. I absolutely love that.
Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, it's really important, isn't it? Because, we can, there is a way that we perhaps want to present ourselves to the world, and quite rightly so. But also, like people by people, right? And no one's perfect. We're not, I'm deep conditioning my hair at the moment, like. What can I say? This is a community where you can show up and be visible and speak on stage and do your thing and deep condition your hair. We can do all the things at all the same time. Women, we can do these things.
I remember coming down the stairs and having and being only dressed from the waist up.
Amazing. Good job there wasn't a spider. Like, oh, jumping out. Michelle, Marsha, it's just been such a pleasure and a privilege having you in the community. Congratulations, Michelle, on well deserved for winning this award, and congratulations to both of you for really amazing talks. Thank you so much for saying yes to yourself and being yourself authentically. And it's just been so wonderful to have you.
Thank you so much. And thank you to my trailblazers, ladies.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you for being here. Oh, next nomination. Who's ready? Next set of ladies. Please stay with us. It's such a great energy to have all of you here participating and also celebrating our winners. Best Positive Impact nominees. Very, very proud. Positive impact is something we really strive for on the Women Thrive stage. And positive impact comes from these women's powerful stories, their commitment, their own transformation, and how they use their stories and their transformation in order to create impact in other people's lives. So these women, we recognize that they have not shied away from being vulnerable. They have not shied away from being honest and truthful about who they are, what difficult experiences they have had to go through in the name of service to support others. And for me, this is really beautiful. I went back to watch these ladies' talks. I was like, yes, 100%. These were the most amazing Best Positive Impact nominees that are so well deserved. So I'd like to invite Abigail to introduce our nominees for this category.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very honored to be able to introduce these wonderful ladies to you. So, first of all, we have the amazing Charlie Garman, who I was so excited, said yes to stepping onto the stage and to see Charlie really flourish, first of all, but also, we're talking about building friendships, building relationships, just building the most amazing friendships on this platform and bringing human design to the table, visible, a fellow projector. So wonderful to see. Ronya, just such an inspirational talk and very really, really stood out for me. For me personally, like for me to be able to put myself in the place of someone who might not be a native English speaker and how I communicate with them and how I make them feel through my communication with them. I really encourage every single one of you to watch this talk actually, because it's just so amazing about communication and how these, things can often be overlooked when you are speaking with a non-native English speaker. A great talk and very, very practical. Natalie, I love your story. I love your energy. I love your wisdom. I love everything that you bring to the table. And this was really a talk that definitely defined positive impact. I think what I'd like to think actually through all of our interactions with Natalie that she makes a positive impact every time that she walks in the room. And does Rebecca James Goldsberry, just a really amazing talk again, very, very inspirational. And Rebecca, it's been so wonderful to have you as part of our community. And then finally, last but by no means least, Felicia Keller, who has just been such an amazing part of our community. She's come onto the call, she has connected with so many of our speakers and really shared her heart. Every time that Felicia speaks, I feel her heart, and it's so wonderful to watch you throughout this process, Felicia. So congratulations to all of our nominees for Best Positive Impact.
Amazing. Congratulations to all of you. In our eyes, you're all winners. But there was one winner that our audience chose to be crowned as the Best Positive Impact Speaker of 2025. So congratulations to the wonderful Rebecca Jane Goldsberry. Congratulations, Rebecca. So, so, so proud of you. And your talk was really personal, very engaging, and I think it could help so many people, both young and in all the years of their life. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I was just honored just to be recognized with some of the most fabulous women on this planet. So thank you guys so much. The love and support from so many of you means a lot. So I appreciate it. What an honor.
And during your talk, you talked a little bit about your childhood experiences of going through bullying. Just share a tiny bit about that and just what this talk meant for you and what was the intention behind it.
To be honest, this was like therapy, like, just writing out all of, the last year, just kind of thinking through how that one incident literally changed my life and the trajectory of my life, right? We all had those moments. And so just writing about it, thinking through it. A lot of people know that, my goal is to write a book based off of Gritty Grace and just being able to help women and everybody in the world, right? Like we all have these incidences. So how do we help overcome and just make us stronger because of things that maybe held us back in the past? So yeah, so it was very lethargic and just being able to write it through and go through the emotions. There were tears some nights and but it's all good things, right? I mean, everything that came out of it was fabulous. So
yeah, because I know you business minded, you do your consulting work, you work with entrepreneurs, and what was so beautiful about your talk, it was on a different side of the spectrum which we used to seeing Rebecca, which was
Yeah.
not in your maybe more masculine, more analytical, it's much more in your feminine and your authentic and vulnerable side, which was just a beautiful connection.
Thanks. A lot of my coaching clients that saw bits and pieces of it and I, shared it with some of them, they're like, oh, so you basically let the rest of the world see what we see on our coaching calls. And I said, yes, that's exactly what it was. So, yeah.
It was a wonderful moment to witness. So congratulations,
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. The moments, I feel like our speakers build for the entire year towards this moment, and for many women, Women Thrive stage has been the first time they have ever shared something really personal, their personal story, a difficult moment, because I have to tell you that not every stage is a safe space for us to share our vulnerable times, our vulnerable moments, moments of overcoming something traumatic. And there's a lot of times we speak about trauma and overcoming adversity on our stages. And I want to say thank you. If you attended the Women Thrive Summit and you have participated as a speaker, I want to say thank you for holding space, a safe space for others to share their stories. It doesn't go unnoticed, and collectively, we create this space for everyone to experience and have this special moment. And it is truly a special moment when, for the first time, let's say you're sharing something really powerful and vulnerable, and the depth at which that story connects. It's you have to go and watch it. Can I just say, you have to go and watch it. How are you feeling, Abigail? We're almost halfway through.
Well, doesn't time pass quickly? What's going on there then? There's just something really brave and courageous, isn't there, when we can be vulnerable, and it's not just the vulnerability piece, it's also being able to share your story from a place of transformation. And that really helps you to connect with so many more people on that human level. We're living in this age now, which is really, really exciting. There's so much technology and it's super fast. It's like transforming everyone's businesses, lives. Even if you haven't like stepped onto the AI bandwagon yet, it's here and it's here to stay. But actually, when you can bring that humanness into the conversation, and you do that by sharing your story, by opening your heart, and being able to inspire people in that way, that's when you get the connection. So with all the technology in the world, I don't think, I mean, we might be having this conversation 20 years down the line and it might be a different conversation, but I don't think that we can ever replicate that beautiful heart connection that we have as human beings. And when you can stand on any stage and share your heart in that way, that's when you get to do that. And how I'm feeling at the moment, I'm feeling very privileged that that we get to witness that today. So thank you so much, and congratulations to all of our nominees and all of our winners so far.
Yeah, congratulations. We've got more winners to be announced. And just to mention again, for those who have won their categories, we're going to be doing something special as far as spotlighting you within our media, maybe running a special interview in a magazine, and just continue to celebrate your stories and just the work that you have put in to be here today. So our next category, which we're headed towards, is Best Empowerment Speaker nominees. This is really one of the very outstanding nominations, and seeing the lineup for this category is very, very inspirational. Every single woman in this category were a powerhouse, had something incredible to share, their stories, their voices, the impact. And the reason why is the best empowerment speaker, because they lived through something unthinkable in their own lives, something very difficult that they have all overcome. And yet they came out warriors, perhaps with scars, but with a lot of wisdom to share. And their true commitment and dedication today is to use their struggles and challenges of the past to empower and inspire others. And this is why we selected these women to be highlighted as the Best Empowerment Speaker nominees for 2025, which I'm really, really proud of this category. So Abigail, I'd love for you to just introduce our nominees.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'd really love to introduce the nominees of the Best Empowerment Speaker Award on the Women Thrive stage today. So first of all, the incredible Cassandra Love Lambert, the first time that we met, and I saw her wonderful smile and her angel wings and felt her energy. It was a definite yes, we want you on our stage right from the very beginning. And Cassandra has been on quite the journey with Women Thrive, not only speaking on our stage as a Women Thrive speaker, but also publishing her solo book and being celebrated at our last in-person event in Miami in December. And what a privilege it was to meet her in person. We have Safa Pardo Heckman, Safa, who has played an integral role as part of her community. All of us went to the Church of Safa whenever she was on. Safa, I was talking to someone about you today. I was like, you two need to connect. But Safa not only spoke on our stage with her talk, but she also came and very beautifully was also hosted some of our talks and really handled the whole situation with grace and ease. And it was just so wonderful to witness and to be a part of. So we're so happy that you are one of the nominees, Safa. Marcy Hopkins, the incredible Marcy, who actually was going to be on our stage last year. But I think through divine intervention, decided to come on this year, and we're so glad that she did, not only as a speaker but also as an author in our last co-authored book. And it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know her more and seeing her journey as she navigates this wonderful business world, just bringing her light and joy into this world. Marsha D. Gill, you've already seen her. She's got a very well-deserved second nomination. Marsha, congratulations for 2 nominations. And to see you on this panel is just wonderful. And finally, of course, last but no means least, Daisy Lopez, who is just an incredible human being, lighting up the stage and really being such an incredible role model within her community, starting movements and really standing for women in an incredible way. And again, we got the chance to meet in person in Miami. Such wonderful women that have been nominated for the Best Empowerment Speaker on the Women Thrive stage.
Yes, drum roll for this amazing nomination for the winner of this category. Again, guys, your winners. Congratulations. Congratulations to oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Stop the share. Stop the share. 1 second.
Do you want me to fill while you're doing that? Or Ramonta's really good at multitasking, actually.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
We like to keep the suspense up.
The winner of the Empowerment Speaker 2025 is the wonderful Daisy Lopez. Congratulations to Daisy. She is not here to receive her nomination today. She is traveling, but I know 100% that she will be absolutely stoked to receive this nomination. However, we could not go on without inviting all of these beautiful nominees of this category to screen, just to share a few words, because you are all incredible powerhouses. You all have amazing stories. I'm going to bring on Safa Church here. Marsha, if you want to come on as well, feel free to put on your camera. Yeah. Cassandra, how was it for you just being on the summit experience? I know this was one of your first speaking engagements as well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and the women were amazing, and you and Abby are amazing because you over deliver. And I thought it was just about a summit, but it was way more than that. You guys just care, and it was a great experience to learn from so many different ladies, like what to do, what not to do, and to collaborate with everybody. Yeah.
How do you feel about your speaking now? So I know this was the first time, oh, some of the first times you were speaking on public stages,
Yeah.
and it was not an easy thing for you to overcome. And I mean, to even receive this nomination, how do you feel about speaking now?
I love doing podcasts, and I'm understanding how to do like a keynote talk a lot better. And I'm also, because of the process of repetition, um, I just feel more comfortable speaking than I did when I first started. And I also gain more clarity in like what I do and how to, I don't know, it's just like the repetition has been so helpful.
Amazing. Congratulations. You're really inspiring. It's been an honor to support your book launch in February, and it's just a pleasure to meet you in person in Miami and give you a big squeeze. You're just one phenomenal lady.
Yeah, the Miami event was amazing to actually meet everybody in person.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
Marcy, I got to squeeze you and in person, so that was wonderful. How are you feeling about being nominated for Empowerment Speaker?
Listen, I'm honored to have been. I hopefully you can hear me. I have my earbud. I'm right by my grandmother. Um, I mean, it's just been an incredible experience, and to be nominated and to know that my story and voice have an impact now when I used to be afraid to even speak in a meeting room. So I'm just grateful to have found clarity and found a community that I trust and feel safe in. And I I have for so long felt that women compete, and I have found with all of you there is no competition. There is only support, and through that, that's allowed me to grow even more um, through my strength in what I'm doing, and just to trust in what I'm doing. And I learned from each of you, and we can't do this alone, ladies. So I'm grateful to be in this tribe. So thank you.
Thank you. Abigail, would you like to say hello to the other two speakers? Thank you, Marcy.
I would. I'd like to speak to Safa. Safa, thank you so much, not only for coming and being such a great player within our community, right? And speaking on our stage, but also for hosting part of the event. It's so wonderful that you were able to do that. And what are your main takeaways and reflections on this year's summit and that whole journey that you've been on?
Gosh, I think there are too many to count. But the biggest thing, when I said to Abigail when we were talking about me coming onto this experience, was that I firmly, like, my heart is in seeing every woman on this planet empowered and in growth and in connection and really feeling like their goddess essence. And I feel like every single one of these speakers very much embodied that. And that just is going to become a trickle that just has the potential to change so much in this world for all of us. So for me, that was the biggest takeaway, was just to watch, to imbibe in that energy, to see, to make so many connections. Pretty much all of these women here I consider my friends, but there are some of you that we've just had the opportunity, and I'm very blessed for it, to have real true connection. And I just love that, because we need so much more of that in this world. But it's been wonderful, and especially to share the stage with these incredible people. I mean, every single one of them. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a single person who came up and I was like, that was okay. No, everyone was blowing me away. I was like glued to my TV whenever I could. You know, if I could take the day off, I would watch and everything. And so it's so beautiful to be able to have those connections and to be able to see those parts of self as well. And much like Cassandra, I am. Well, I came in pretty tired by the time I joined. Just of like the online world, and just of just so many different things. But I felt like by the end of it, I've just been on fire. My heart cannot stop. My like spirit is revived. So it just has been such beautiful medicine personally, in that regard. But it's been also been really beautiful to just share with everybody. So I'm just proud and honored and just so grateful. And it was so great to be able to host for a little bit, and to see your wonderful faces every single week. It just, I mean, it made my weeks.
You're amazing. Thank you so much, Safra, and I'm glad that we've renewed your faith in communities, in online communities. Thank you so much, Safra. It's been so wonderful having you as part of this community. And Marsha, we've already spoken to you. We get to speak to you again. A second nomination. Congratulations. How does that feel?
Wow, just again honored and just amazed to be a part of such amazing women. I mean, it's been mind blowing. When I came into this, I didn't know what to expect. And I mean, each meeting and each interaction is just been, you know, poured out, poured in, receiving, giving. It's just been truly an honor to just be a part of this. So yeah, it was pretty amazing to see two nominations. It just speaks to the volume of women that I'm alongside.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Marsha. And congratulations to all of our nominees. You know, as we say, we're so glad that we're not choosing a winner, because it would be just so difficult to choose. So we're leaving that in the voting system. But thank you so much, everyone. And from one amazing women, or from a group of amazing women, to another one, Ramonda, the founder of Women Thrive, and an amazing woman, over to you.
Oh, congratulations. It lights up my screen and my face to see all of you on the screen. And on this journey, I know many of you have gone and perhaps are still going through some trials and tribulations and challenges in life and personal stuff. So we keep on fighting battles. No matter how far we have come on this journey, no matter how much healing we have made, there are times when knowing that you can lean on strong, empowering, inspiring women, it makes me really want to cry, is really special. So whether you have been part of our community or you're just joining this for the first time, I want to remind you that just being in the presence of these really empowering and inspiring women is the first step of transformation and being in these beautiful spaces. So when life throws you curveballs, just know that there are other women who are have gone through similar experiences, that you're not alone. And at Women Thrive, for us, is a sisterhood of support, encouragement. There's always someone to have an ear and a shoulder to cry on. And you're all stronger than you know. We are stronger than we know. And when I look at all of you on the stage in this community, I personally know your stories and things that you have gone through. And the fact that you're still here, that you're still standing, is a testament to your strength, your commitment, to your courage, and a testament of what women and go through and come out on the other side fighting and be warrior. And on the days when you don't feel your best, on the days when you feel like throwing a towel, and days when you feel like giving up, when doubt creeps in, don't give up. This is a time to go in harder. This is a time to reach out to your friends, to your bestie, to another woman. This is a time to rise, because these will be the trying times that will try to knock you down. And I tell you, like I said, watching all of you inspiring women inspires me to keep on going, because I haven't gone through anything close to what some of you have experienced in some of your journeys. I'm really, really proud to have you part of Women Thrive community and to be these amazing, inspirational women for our audience. So congratulations to all of you. Of course, I'm crying. I could say so much more, but I'll stop there before I start to bawl. And send out love and congratulations to beautiful Daisy for her winning. She has overcome, again, challenges with her personal voice, being a Latina woman, fighting a lot of social and cultural things that hold us back, conditionings and society, and she would be really, really proud to be standing here to receive this nomination. So congratulations. The next amazing set of nominees that I want to present, and we present, is most authentic voice nominees. These women have really come from a place of authenticity. They showed up as themselves, and it was not the easiest thing to do, to show up from a place of vulnerability, authenticity, speak their truth. So we've gone through your talks, and we wanted to recognize that you have really brought the authenticity to the spotlight on the stage. So congratulations to all of you who have been nominated. And Abigail, please introduce our nominees.
This is such a wonderful category, and huge congratulations to all of our nominees, because as Raimonda just said, you came and you shared your story with such authenticity, sharing your story in such a powerful way, and we're just proud of every single one of you. So here are our nominees for Best Authentic Voice. First of all, the insatiable Carol Fidel, who just makes me laugh every time that I speak to her, but in a good way. Like, she is so just lit up with light. She definitely lights all of us up, and she just comes in like a ball of energy onto our calls, and gave such an incredible talk, and has come in leaps and bounds, especially when it comes to her speaking succinctly. So congratulations, Carol, for being a nominee. Daisy, the wonderful Daisy, we've just heard about her now, so congratulations, Daisy, not only for winning an award, but also for being nominated for a second award in the Most Authentic Voice. And again, really sharing your message, and definitely at a time as a Latina woman, I think that we all need to be able to resonate and hear your voice, and I love what you're standing for. Pia, our wonderful Pia, who is based in Spain and just does incredible work in terms of leadership development, but also brings in her healing gifts along with her beautiful horse, with equine therapy, who shared her work with us so beautifully. And it's really fascinating subject that I know that we were all very excited to hear about. And again, Pia has just been such a wonderful member of this community. I don't think there's been many calls what Pia hasn't been on, and it's so wonderful. It's been so wonderful to see her face on the calls every week. The wonderful Clodagh, my fellow Brit, who is based here in the UK. And again, absolutely fell in love with her on the first call that I had with her. And again, just sharing your story in such an empowering, passionate, and authentic way. And of course, last but no means least, our wonderful Danette Haag, who came and blew us away with her talk about her journey, her story, and showing up as a very, very empowered voice, and showing us all really that, we can fight through the toughest of situations and come through the other end and grab hold of our dreams and run with it. So congratulations to all of our nominees for the most authentic voice. So as Raimonda is having a little bit of technical, oh, here we are. She's
I'm
on.
looking for
We
my
good?
unmute button. I was like, oh, come on. When you share screen, the thing is you lose half of your buttons and you don't know what to press.
I know. Sometimes it disappears.
So congratulations, drumroll, for amazing, amazing nominees. This category was outstanding, and we have not one, but two winners. So congratulations to two winners who it was a tie. We couldn't just celebrate one. So there are two winners for this category. Congratulations, Danette. You are one of the winners for this category. So proud, so well deserved. Your story is phenomenal. I'm so glad to see you in the spotlight and recognized as one of the most authentic voices on our stage in 2025. So congratulations. And your co-winner is, again, Daisy Lopez as well. I know she's not here, but congratulations to Daisy as one of the most authentic voice. She's definitely earned that category as well as a winner. So I want to say hello to Danette. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And if we could bring on Danette for a moment just to say a few words.
Well, first I just want to cry because I'm just shocked. And to get to share the winner stage with Daisy is like such an honor. And the women that I've gotten to just surrounding myself and in not just in the category, but just in all that Women Thrive has been such an honor and a privilege. So I'm going to have a few tears, but I am completely honored and blessed just to be part of the community, but to be a chosen winner amongst all of you amazing women is just a complete honor. So thank you.
Just say, Danette, you have the biggest heart. All of you have, Danette, we've seen your heart, and there's something happened on the summit, and you were so gracious and amazing. There's technical difficulties with the speaker right before your talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there was a lot of people who come in to support your talk, specifically for the time of your talk. But you came forward and you said, I'll jump in and save the day, and I'll go next, despite I know you were expecting quite a few people to sign in for your talk. And then only when you started your talk, I started to realize, oh no, Danette had people who were wanting to see her talk and they're going to miss it. And I just didn't know what to do because I was like, we can't stop your talk. And I thought there was such a beautiful moment to just for you to go first and to say, it is what it is. I'm just going to go forward.
Well, and that's what a professional does. And so the show keeps going on and it all worked out. And I also like to tell myself those things happen for a reason. And maybe it was someone who wouldn't have stayed to listen, came on at that time and needed to hear something that I said. So it was what it was meant to be. And I was happy to do it.
So Beauty from the Ashes. Tell us just a little bit about your story and what it really means.
from being so severely burned as a child, thinking that my life was over. And even today, people see my scars and that will forever be there and want to give me sympathy and want to put me in this poor little burn girl box. But I deserve more than that. And we all do. And so it's finding your beauty within whatever ashes that life delivers you. And when we can have the wherewithal and the positive mindset and the understanding that we are all more than what this life tries to do to us, then that's where our power lies. And if I can share that message with anybody who will listen, it's so worth it. It's just so worth it. Everybody needs to understand their own the wisdom that they've gained on their own difficult journey, because that's what carries us to the next level. And that's what this life really teaches us, right? Is the hard stuff is our greatest teacher, but we can get lost in the hard stuff, in the ashes. We can get buried under them, or we can choose to dig ourselves out and find something better and believe in ourselves enough to shoot for the stars, which I believe we all need to do.
Yeah. There was a profound teaching that come up in your talk, which you shared a moment when people used to look at you in a supermarket in public. And there was a beautiful reframe that you shared, which has stuck with me after your talk. Would you share that with us?
Sure. So I've been stared at every single day of my life since I was 10 years old in that weird, awkward way. And we make assumptions and we live under these social standards. And I used to always think the worst. Oh, they think I'm gross. They think I'm nasty. They see my scars, right? And my head would go in the worst way. And it was very self-sabotaging until I realized that I didn't know what they were thinking. I was just making up crap in my own head. And so I switched it. And it's been an evolution, probably over the last 20 years. But my most recent evolution of seeing myself and my injury is that I'm God's masterpiece of art. And when you see art, you have to stop and stare at it, maybe learn something or be altered by it. And so now when someone stops to stare at my scars, which I like the word admire better than stare, but when someone stops to admire my scars, I'm like, oh, they're just learning something from me in this moment. And I don't have to say a damn word. And it could be, the fact that I still have joy and peace and calm, even though I clearly went through something hard. Hopefully I can teach them something on my own path. But that mind frame, it wasn't until I took ownership of what I was doing to myself in those really hard moments that shifted it. And it made the situation not only better for me, because I could stand taller and be proud of who I was, but it also made the situation better for them, which to me, it's the only way to live.
I think you're making a lot of our eyes sweat today. Abigail, is there anything you want to share with Danette today?
That reframe really stood out for me as well from your talk. And I think you also mentioned, you said something like, if people are staring now, I'm like, oh, it's because I'm having a good hair day, or they like my dress, and that really stood out for me because, we can all sort of have our insecurities and feel uncomfortable in certain situations, but if we can reframe it into the positive, that's amazing. I used to work with an incredible mentor a few years ago, and he always used to say to me, leave people with a sense of increase. Always make sure that in every interaction that you have, that you are creating the opportunity for someone to feel even better than they did before they had that interaction with you. And Danette, I just think you're the living embodiment of that. I just really feel that from you. You are incredibly inspiring. You're such an amazing speaker. I know that you are such a well-respected leader and mentor within your community, and it's just been incredible experience to get to know you. So thank you for stepping in and being such a wonderful member of the community, as well as being such an incredibly inspirational speaker.
Well, you're leaving me speechless, Abby. Those are just wonderful words, and it's my privilege. And one of the things in my own mindset is leave better than found. So whatever room I'm entering, whatever space, whatever person is, I want to leave that space better than I found it. So thank you for recognizing that, because it's definitely one of my life goals.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. So much love in the chat for you. So many beautiful messages. Thank you, Danette.
Oh,
So
thank
proud.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm.
We don't want this to end. Again, say congratulations to lovely Daisy Lopez. I wish she was here. I know she will receive her winning of Most Authentic Voice celebration after the summit, after this event. Best Storytelling nominees. These women were powerful in sharing their stories. They took us on a journey. They engaged our audience. They had something important to share, and they created an experience within their talks. So these women have been recognized as best storytelling nominees. And in public speaking, it is very important to be able to share great stories. So Abigail, would you present our nominees for this category?
Yeah, I would be absolutely delighted to. My voice is just about holding up, so please excuse me. So first of all, Marcy is a storyteller in herself. I mean, she's an incredible author, and I remember our first conversation, and Marcy wasn't sure whether she had a space on the stage because she's, not a coach or a mentor in that sense of the word. She is an author, but she has flourished. She has found herself. She is embedded more into her story, and she really is an incredible storyteller. So congratulations, Marcy, on the nomination. Kaylin, just an incredible human being, bringing with her angel energy and all the juicy things that comes from that, sharing her story in a very, very powerful way. Danielle Sebastian, it's been an absolute pleasure to have Danielle on our stage, and not only for her to share an incredible story, but just the really significant impact that has happened in her own visibility and her own journey by being visible and sharing her story in this way, and also being able to inspire, I believe, a whole generation of women moving forward. Stacey Page, such a wonderful, wonderful energy, sharing her story again in a very impactful way. Stacey, oh my goodness. Hang on a minute. That was not Stacey. If we please remind you to keep yourself muted while we're not speaking to you, that would be wonderful. I wish I didn't have my earphones in at that point. So Stacey, just an incredible light and energy, and so wonderful to have her not only in our community, but also be able to share her story in a very powerful way. And of course, last but no means least, the incredible Heather Hansen. Heather has played a significant role in our community, not just as a very inspirational speaker and an incredible author in our last Women Thrive book, but also from really coming in and sharing her heart very vulnerably, really overcoming a lot of personal challenges over the last year or so, but really standing in her leadership and really standing in her vision and her mission to inspire her community. It's just been an absolute pleasure to have these women on our stage. I always say that we as women, we're the storytellers, we're the wisdom keepers. We need to keep these stories alive, and this is one way that we can keep our beautiful gifts and our stories alive, by sharing our stories in this way on stages all around the world, including the Women Thrive stage. So congratulations to all of our nominees for Best Storytelling.
Congratulations, ladies. You're all amazing. I'm so proud of you in this category as well. You're all winners, but there is only one person who will be crowned. So, congratulations to Heather Hansen. Amazing. It was a beautiful session on our stage. I have personally been able to work with Heather a little bit closer over the last year as she got to co-author the Women Thrive book with us. What an incredible story of overcoming adversity, overcoming a lot of childhood abuse, and coming out on the other side really as a warrior, a woman of strength, a woman of faith, incredible role model, pillar of strength, as she has actually sadly lost her son just before the summit began, and she navigated a lot of emotional things throughout her journey. Bear with, I will stop sharing my screen. I would like to invite Heather to stage. I wasn't sure if Heather was here. Bear with. Let's stop sharing screen. Hey, Heather, congratulations, you amazing woman.
No, I am completely shocked. And like Abigail, I am deep conditioning my hair, but I am not as glamorous because I was not expecting to be on camera today. Although I'm preparing for this charity event that I'm on the board for tomorrow. So like I have to do my hair while I'm doing this. But wow, I really did not expect to be on camera today. So thank you so much. And thank you for you're right. This community is not something I was expecting, and being able to connect, even though I didn't get to connect with as many people as I wanted to as deeply because I was going through a lot of personal things. The community was a comfortable space to be able to show up to no matter what. Even if I just needed to be silent and be in the background, or if I needed to be talking and open or mention, and there was just so much space that it never felt like it was a place where I couldn't share if I needed to. So thank you so much.
Sorry, Abigail, anything you wanted to share with her, Heather? Deep conditioning sisters.
Heather, I feel like we've bonded on an even deeper level now. Seriously. We are in sync with our deep conditioning. Heather, you mentioned there about you did. I mean, you were we knew what you were going through, and you showed up. You stayed in the room, and it was just you're a very, very inspirational lady. You know that we think the world of you. We think you're amazing. What was it like to go through this journey with that community of women supporting you in that way?
The old Heather didn't trust anyone and didn't let anyone help her. And so the community and being able to know that if I needed to talk to somebody, there was somebody that I could have picked up the phone and talked to. And it was what I needed, right? Everything unfolds in our life when it's the right time for it to unfold. And being a speaker and what I was going to speak about initially is not what I ended up speaking about, right? It was a very different talk than what was in my head initially. And it was because of the unfolding and because of the community and even writing my story in the book, it allowed me to unfold and move past some of that old trauma so I could stand up and really show people that, you can get through anything. It may not be that it's easy every single day, but you can do it, right? So it's been just an amazing experience.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you for sharing and letting us in. And I'm so glad that you're asking for help and seeing it as something that is a strength and not a weakness. We need one another. We need our sisters around us. I know that, on this journey, not only have you been surrounded by a wonderful community of speakers, you've also had a very good friend as well, Catherine. I know that she's on the call today supporting you, and it's so wonderful to see the two of you coming in and, really cheering one another and having each other's backs. And thank you also for allowing us to do the same for you.
I brought Catherine because I know she has a word or two to share with Heather. She's been like a sister here up by each other's side.
Ray knows me so well. The first thing I want to do is thank Heather Hansen, because the reason I am part of the Women Thrive speaker group for 2025, or is because Heather believed in me before I believed in me. And I watched Heather navigate the most unthinkable situation with the most amazing grace. And I've learned a tremendous amount from her, watching her move through this process, and the admiration I have for what it takes when you're used to being a person who's like, I have to do everything myself, what it takes to shift yourself and trust people and ask for help is nothing short of a miracle, right? To turn into that person at the worst time of your life. So I knew Heather was going to win this the minute I saw the nomination. There was no doubt in my mind. And so to see this in all your glory of deep conditioning, you get this award. I'm incredibly proud of you. I'm incredibly privileged and honored to call you my friend. Mwah.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
As I started sharing, I was like, oh no. You guys making me cry, and I'm sure other people feeling really emotional. Just haven't seen your friendship and the beautiful support throughout, and haven't been able to meet you both in person and support you both in sharing your stories in the Women Thrive book. It's been really special. So thank you for showing true, wonderful friendship. And when Heather was going through her difficult times at the beginning of this journey, you rallied everyone up. I was like, we need to send Heather a care package. We need to send her some support. All the girls behind the scene rallied up to support Heather. And it was just nice to be there for you when things were going really tough for you.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Ray. I'm remiss here in not thanking everybody in the community for the way they stepped up to support Heather early on. This was still relatively new in the process for all of us. We didn't quite know each other all that well yet, but everybody has a hurt. They know what it would feel like to lose something, someone incredibly close to them. And they just all stepped up. So I just want to say a special thank you to all of you who stepped up.
Appreciate it. That's what sisterhood and friendships are in this life, and this is just a reminder to cherish them. Online world can, disperse us a little bit and feel so impersonal. So just remember to reach out to your friends and just be there for each other. Thank you, ladies.
I can't even talk now. Yes, but thank you all. I appreciate all of you in this community. And I know we're not done yet. There's a lot of us that have a big mission ahead of us. And the collaboration, I can't wait to see what we all do with it. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Congratulations, Heather, again.
Thank you.
Okay. Would love to head over to our next category. We don't have much left, so stick with us. Just a few more people to mention and celebrate. Next up, most inspirational speaker nominees. What a wonderful, wonderful lineup of speakers in this category. Inspiration. They certainly brought inspiration through their powerful stories. What a beautiful journeys and stories they share. They have big missions. They showed up from a place of vulnerability, authenticity. Really worthwhile to celebrate our inspirational speakers because they truly brought something amazing to our community and to this stage. Abigail, would you go ahead and introduce them?
I'd love to, thank you. Our most inspirational speaker nominees. Very difficult to choose this category because all of our speakers are extremely inspirational. So if we had the opportunity, we would all be in this category. But we wanted to choose 4 women that really stood out, really with their inspirational stories and the way that they were able to share that in an inspirational way. I mean, this is the most inspirational speaker nominations. So first of all, Marley, an incredible talk. We love Marley. We love Marley, a full stop, but we love Marley's story from, you know, everything that she went through in her childhood and really using those experiences to be able to empower others and you know, being a wonderful member of our community as well as all of that. So congratulations, Marley, on your nomination. Grisha, the wonderful Grisha, who played such an active role within our community. Again, someone that was going through her own journey and her own pain and navigating the choppy waters that can often happen to all of us as women, and dealing with parents and just, you know, showing up within the community. Really look forward to seeing her wonderful face and for sharing her heart as well within the community. You know, the good and the not so good. And this is why I love this community so much. You know, as Heather was saying, you can show up fully and feel that support. The amazingly inspirational, without a doubt, Danette, who we've already spoken to, has already won one of our awards. And Danette, congratulations for this other nomination. You truly are inspirational, and your story was just incredible. And finally, last but no means least, Andrea, wonderful Andy, who again has been on such a journey and has shared her heart from such a vulnerable place, but totally standing in her own power and really inspiring us, not just on the stage, but also in the community, and who I might say has also got the most magnificent glasses when she shows up on screen, just inspiring us in many different ways. Congratulations to all of our nominees for Most Inspirational Speaker.
Oh, congratulations again. So glad we didn't have to choose because I would have wanted to choose all of you. You're all amazing. Seriously, all in your own right. Inspirational, amazing, powerful women. And all of you have gone through some really difficult times in your life. And you're still here to share your story and support others. So drum roll for our most inspirational speaker of the year 2025. Congratulations. Who it is? Garisha Andrea Seigler. Congratulations, Garisha. Oh my God. Don't cry because I'm going to start crying too.
I cannot stop crying, or I cannot do without it. I'm so grateful, and this is much more, and also one for your nomination, and to see me in something, and this whole, you know, I jumped in or joined a little bit later, but it was so deeply welcoming, and the community. And in my deepest moments, you were there and you supported me on a way I have never received this kind of support. And this voting for my community, the Hungarian community, who cannot speak English, but I invited them if I could give them anything what could help in their life. And in the last weeks, I received so many incredible, beautiful feedbacks I have never received before. So it's a kind of like extra win-win what I'm here. And I also feel that uh, this result is not just for me, for the whole community, for all of you who supported me, who were be there for me when I went through a very deep moments, and everyone, and also I would like to also mention my mom, who went through a deep and healing process, and now she's completely recovered. And I remember on that morning, we couldn't reach her for hours, and just right before my speech, then we could reach her, and it was a beautiful teaching also that she chose herself, maybe first time on that way. She hasn't been before, because she always put others in front of her.
That was beautiful. That was such a beautiful moment to share that, you thought the worst in that moment when you couldn't reach your mom, but actually she just chose to honor herself and just switch off and rest. And all of that happened on the morning of your talk. Abigail, what would you like to share with Grisha?
Oh, Grisha, just congratulations. You're such a wonderful soul. You are so magical, and your talk was so amazing. Like, I love your message. I love what you stand for. And it's just been so wonderful to have you as part of this community. And, you really have been through it. We know. And for you to show up and, share and come up and turn up. I always say, like, whatever is going on in your life, like, always, like, never leave the room, and you didn't. And I'm so happy that we haven't chosen. We chose you to be a nominee, but we haven't chosen for you to be a winner. And that just shows what an amazing community you have and so much support. So I just wanted to say huge congratulations from all of us. And we're very excited to meet you in person in Valencia in June. Can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to give you a big hug. And can't wait to watch you continue your journey, because it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
So proud. Grisha always lights up the room with her beautiful energy. And if you get the chance to hear her story, watch her talk again, it was beautiful. Grisha, you've been through quite a bit of just, again, difficult life moments and abuse in your childhood. And to reclaim your power, to reclaim your sovereignty, to go back to your healing. And what I love the most now, just seeing you rise and flourish, see the way you show up and the way you lead your community and the way you use your voice to inspire others. Honestly, I saw your post today and I was like, what a woman. Honestly, what a woman. You so deserve it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations. So make sure you follow these ladies, okay? If you're watching this and you have not connected to our lovely speakers, I'm going to ask Doreen to drop a link again to our summit replays. Go watch their talks, first of all. Go upgrade for your talk so you can get access to this year's entire summit and past year's summit. And you'll find all of our speaker contact details once you register or on our summit page. Make those connections. These women are phenomenal, and you will be inspired. You create sisters from this community, and hopefully make some really beautiful friends. Congratulations, Grisha. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is going to be one of our very last nominations, and I think it is the last. Hope I'm not misleading anyone. Let's have a look what we got on our slides, shall we? What a day has been already. Okay, this will be the last nomination category, and then we're going to announce the Speaker of the Year. Okay, Speaker of the Year, we did not nominate anyone for Speaker of the Year because we believe that everyone deserves the opportunity to be a Speaker of the Year, and it comes back to the public vote. So there were some really outstanding women who really created a lot of impact in the business sense. So sharing their knowledge, their expertise, their wisdom on our stage. And we wanted to recognize the incredible value that they brought to our stage. So we created a category called the Best Business Value Nominee. And these nominees are Abigail.
Yes, these nominees are, and this is such a good subject because we are in the majority business women. We need to learn the practicalities and the how-tos and get the inspiration and the kick at the backside that we often need, right, to build our businesses because we are up to big things and we want our businesses to grow. So we are very, very appreciative for our wonderful speakers who have done just that on their talks. So Pamela Plick, who really stands for women's empowerment around money, gave a great talk about wealth creation and abundance and how to manage your finances. Karen Strauss, who is a wonderful, wonderful expert when it comes to writing and publishing your book and sharing your story in that way, and not just writing your book, but also being able to leverage it for speaking opportunities. Such a valuable talk. The wonderful Ella Rifkin, who again is someone who really champions the empowerment of women around wealth and finances and being able to grow your resources. Again, some real great practical advice that she gave in her talk. Michelle Watson, we've already met her, but she's nominated again. A very, very inspiring talk, inspiring story, and inspiring woman. Monica, so wonderful to have Monica not just in our community, but also on our stage, bringing her expertise in business creation, empowering women, and really being able to, stand strong in your energy as a businesswoman. And finally, last but no means least, the wonderful Amy Sanders. Congratulations, Amy, on a she lit up the stage with her talk and her energy. Congratulations to all of our nominees for the Best Business Value.
Amazing. This category, I loved it. I love the value. I've heard from some of the attendees, like, I couldn't stop taking notes. This was so valuable. I followed up with some of these speakers. They were incredible. So if you get the chance to go back and watch some of these talks, go back and check them out and make sure you bring your notepad with you. Okay. Congratulations to the Best Business Value winner of 2025, who is Michelle Watson. Congratulations, Michelle. So proud of you. I know you said you're like, this was not my best talk, but guess what? You've been nominated several times and you're getting a second win today.
Wow. It's amazing because you know how I felt about that talk, because I was like, there's so much content, there's so much that I was looking forward to bring. And that weekend, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said everything that could go wrong went wrong. And that is exactly how I felt that weekend. I ended up being ill. And as you mentioned, Raymonda, about having to fly out after my husband's auntie, my auntie-in-law, that we were very, very close. She passed away that very weekend. And I actually didn't feel like I could turn up that day. Literally, I didn't feel like I could turn up that day. And I was dreading it because that Saturday night leading into Sunday, I was curled up in my bed. Like I thought I was going to end up in hospital. And so when I came on that Monday, I sat in this very room and I'm saying to myself, okay, what am I going to have to do to switch to just really make that switch and go into delivering content that was valuable? And that was how I felt that day. I'm always hard on myself. So for me, I'm like, there's so much more that I wanted to give. There's so much more. And I guess we're always like that. We're always wanting to know that we're giving value, we're giving our best and we're not just putting any and anything out there. And so that's how I was really feeling that day. But I was saying to Ramonda, like, Ramonda, I don't know. I think I said it to Abigail as well when we were doing the testimonial. Like that morning, I literally finished my talk, took my clothes off, and went back in my bed because of how I was feeling. So I am very grateful for this, guys. I don't take it for granted because I know each and every one of you have showed up with so much value, and I've learned so much from so many of you. So I'm very, very grateful for this. Very grateful.
Thank you. Well, you have a great community who come through for you and supported you. In your category, I want to invite a few other ladies because I just want to hear from them. This category was amazing. You all delivered incredible value. So another lady I want to invite is Amy. Apologies. Amy, congratulations on first being nominee and just being a really standout speaker on our summit. I loved your talk.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if I have a lot to say other than it's been fun being part of the community, fun being part of the process, and just being able to, I always want to be a light and a person that helps inspire. So as long as I'm doing that, I'm happy about it. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to add.
Oh, Amy, your talk was really outstanding. I think you delivered so much. And I shared with you just in the recent calls that your energy has really started to shine through so much more. What's that mindset shift that switched for you that others can learn from in the way you're showing up? Because I feel like you show up such a fearless leader for your community these days.
Yeah, really, I had a shift probably, I don't know, it's been like maybe a couple months, but I realized that if I don't speak up like stronger, bolder, stand out, that the people who need me won't find me. And that women, you guys know that I love to show women what's possible through all of the things that I do, whether it's a marathon or building my business or whatever. Being a mom to 7 kids, just to be an example. But if I don't speak up, then I'm not giving her the inspiration to do it either. And so I'm like, I just don't care anymore. I'm like, I'm gonna speak up. I'm gonna say all the things. And I say I don't care, but it's because I care so much that I want women to stand in their power and speak their voice and be heard and be paid what they're worth. I want all this for everyone. And so if I want that for everyone as well as myself, I have to be the trailblazer. And so I just made that shift when I was like, I was really just sitting in my office one day and I'm like, that's it. I'm not holding back anymore. There's no reason for it, right? Like if I hold back, then that means that I'm keeping other women from holding back by not speaking up. So if people don't like what I have to say or what I'm posting, then they don't have to watch anymore. But if you do like it, then welcome. Everyone's welcome at my table. So
Abigail, words for Amy.
Yeah, I love that, Amy. There does become that, you do get to that shift where it's like you stop thinking about yourself and worrying about what people will think about you and start to think about your community and the people that you can inspire. And that is true leadership. So I'm so glad that you made that decision and you're being visible and you came onto our stage and you you really are a trailblazer. That's a really good description for you. And it's just been an absolute pleasure just having you on our stage and being in the community and, from a personal point of view, just getting to know you personally. Congratulations, Amy, for the nominations.
Thank you. Thank you all. It's been such a fun journey that we traveled together. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, amazing. I want to bring somebody else in your category, which is Pamela. Pamela, you're amazing. You're a great speaker. You already came on as a super experienced speaker. and delivered a whole lot of value on money and finances for our attendees. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. This has been such an incredible experience. Um, Everything from the camaraderie to the support, the sisterhood, and the wonderful opportunity that you gave us to share our message with the world. And so I'm really honored to be nominated in this category with these other amazing speakers.
Thank you. What is the core of your message? I mean, your talk was filled with gold. Just let our audience know why they need to go back and watch your talk.
Well, you need to go back and watch because I'm on a mission to empower women to confidently build wealth from the inside out. And Abigail and I had several conversations about this, but I truly believe every woman should have, if they know how to manage, they have their own money, they know how to manage that money and how to grow it, that gives them choices and choices that maybe our women from our previous generations didn't have. And the other thing is that I believe there's no better time in history to be a woman entrepreneur. And the world needs our unique gifts. And the biggest obstacle that I hear from women as to why they're not able to bring those gifts into the world is around their relationship with money. So it's my mission, it's my passion, it's my purpose to do my small part to help change the collective consciousness of women around money. So please go back. My talk is Master Your Money, the 5 pillars of entrepreneurial wealth. And it's a step-by-step approach to building that wealth so that you can grow a thriving and sustainable business, as well as using that business to build wealth.
Abigail, I know you're a big fan of Pamela.
I am. I'm really a big fan of Pamela. I love, we echo the same sentiment that, money empowers us, money gives us choices. We can decide where to live, who to live with, what to wear, where to go, right? When we are empowered around money. And it's so important that if there's any kind of resistance to that or any money stories that we're holding on to release that, because we need to have that wealth, to have that money. We're up to big things, right? And money gives us the resources to do that, and to literally change the world. So Pamela, it's just been so wonderful to get to know you. We've talked about it, yes, on many occasions, including on the Women Thrive podcast. That was a wonderful episode, and congratulations on your talk, and thank you so much for saying yes and coming and being a part of our community.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's been such a wonderful experience.
I want to invite one more person in your category. I saw her, she jumped in. Karen Strauss, just to say a few words. You were nominated in the business category, and I know few people like Karen's talk was amazing. We were taking endless notes. She shared so much wisdom. So thank you for being a real amazing person to bring out so much wisdom onto our stage.
Thank you, Ryan. So appreciate that. This has been an amazing experience. I've been in this industry a long time, and I've never experienced a sponsorship like this ever, an experience like this where you have this community of women who are really supporting and cheerleading each other for a whole year. So that was really different. Usually, like, you just pay your money and you go speak and that's it. And I've learned so much, and I've made some friends, with people, and we're gonna collaborate with each other. And I think that's the real takeaway here.
Amazing. Karen, so proud of you. Like I said, the feedback after each and every one of your talks, Let's you know, because I know you joined late. You didn't win the category, but I feel like you're all winners, and you really stood out in the business category, which delivered a lot of value, and that we really appreciate because our audience want to grow in the business sense. And Karen, you've got so many years of business experience and wisdom in publishing books and supporting women into becoming authors. That's something we really encourage women to do, write books, and that's what you do.
Exactly, and I think it's so important because, you know, I think we all, and Abigail and I discussed this on the podcast, you know, when your voice is muted, and so many of us as women, our voices were muted from, you know, as a child on, and in corporate, and there's nothing more freeing than writing a book and getting out there on radio shows and podcasts and speaking, and sharing your message as only you can, because you are the authentic voice of your own message. And there's nothing more freeing, you know, than that. And so, and I've seen all of these shy people kind of blossom when they come into their own. And for me, it's like a standing ovation every time I work with one of my authors and I send them out into the world.
Amazing. Karen, I'm so grateful for you just holding that space for so many amazing women to become authors. It's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, this was our last category, official category. Now we're going to move on to the Speaker of the Year, which is, I guess, the most prestigious, the top award within the Women Thrive Awards ceremony. This is the Speaker of the Year, Abigail. Oh, you excited to announce the Speaker of the Year?
Very excited. I'm very excited. I love this category because everyone has been put forward for it. So it's been really nice to see like everyone, you know, supporting one another and promoting one another. And yeah, I'm very excited for you to announce who the winner is.
Oh, let's share the screen. Let me not ruin the moment. Not ruin the moment, please. You know, the buttons, you have to be very, very careful.
Don't go too far forward.
Don't go too far forward. Oh my God, you have no idea how careful I am pressing these buttons right now. Again, congratulations to all of our nominees for all the categories, to all of our speakers. Super grateful for all of you contributing your voice, your expertise, your wisdom, your resources into this platform. By you being here in this community, you supporting other women to rise to their power, to their empowerment, to their courage. By sharing your voice, you help somebody else to also come out of their shell and be the voice. You have no idea the ripple effect that each and every one of you have made in this world. And I've been reading, it's making me really emotional to say this. I've been reading a lot of, this summit has been the most engaging summit. We had the most feedback, we had the most testimonials, we had the least amount of tech issues. We had the most supportive speakers this year, the most visible and showing up speakers, and we've certainly had a really, really amazing turnout as far as like live audience engagement, support, and the ripple effect. Reading these testimonials about each and every one of your talks in the summit entire experience, individual lives that you all have touched. I want to remind every single speaker that every time you choose to speak on that stage and share your story, you're paving your way for somebody else. Your courage shows courage for somebody else to start speaking. They see themselves in you. Maybe they don't have the courage or the voice right now, but by you paving the way, you are leading the movement, you're leading the way forward. So never stop showing up, never stop paving the way, never stop encouraging others and using your power of your story, power of your voice from experience, I know that not everybody has a voice. I didn't have a voice. I didn't have self-belief. I didn't have the vision that I have today. And it's been others that I have been able to look up to as my mentors, as somebody who I was inspired by, and other people who supported me on this journey. And I believe that when you pay it forward to other people, you're just creating incredible ripple effect. And this is where women empowerment begins. We create communities, we build the change, we make a difference in this world. So every single one of our women have been put forward for the Speaker of the Year nomination. I'm really proud to announce, drum roll, congratulations. Super proud. And since the moment she joined this community and I've seen her speak on some of our showcases and on our stage, I just knew she was an exceptional speaker. So congratulations. Once again, a Speaker of the Year, Michelle Watson. Congratulations, Michelle. You're the Speaker of the Year. You took all the 3 awards, and I'm so proud of you. That's why I said to you, don't go anywhere. I saw you come off the camera. I said, don't go anywhere, Michelle. Congratulations, so well deserved. From the moment I saw you on our first showcase, I knew you were just exceptional. Congratulations, Michelle.
Thank you guys very much. Lost for words because throughout this past year, I think is one of the first time on my journey that I actually felt like giving up because of the amount of things that have gone so left. And I just share this with you all because I know that each and every one of you at some point on your journey, whether it be your personal journey or your business journey, that you have just felt like this is just too much. And so yeah, that's been one of that time for me. So this recognition is going a very far way. Thank you, Ramonda. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you, guys. My Trailblazer ladies, you guys know some of the ins and outs and the moments. And I am lost for words. I am lost for words. And I just want to encourage everyone that, as they always say, a diamond with dust over it still has its value. A diamond with dirt over it still has its value. So no matter what you're going through, you still have your value, you still have your beauty. Just like you said, Danette, we still have our beauty. The ashes might be there, but there's moments like this where it will have a chance to brush off and shine. So yeah, guys, I'm just lost for words. Thank you.
Michelle, from the moment, and I'll ask Abigail to share as well because she met you first. When I started to hear and understand your story of going through abuse and really difficult past relationship, wanting to take your life away, transitioning your career, losing your identity, losing your belief, almost losing your voice as well in the process. And to go through such transformation in your speaking and your personal development, in becoming a leader, in becoming someone people came through and voted for you because you've made enough impact in your community, in people's lives. You touched them through your speaking, not just through our stage, but through many other stages. And as a testimony of all the work that you have put in to be courageous and strong in sharing your story with the world. So we're so proud. And from the minute I started to hear and understand your story and just hear how you deliver your story, there's just nothing short of amazing. I always knew you're one of the most standout speakers this year. And for you to win all the categories you've been nominated for, it's just been amazing. So glad to hear this means so much to you this year, and to continue shining your light beyond this. Abigail, you might need to share something.
Yeah, Michelle, I just wanted to say congratulations. I remember our call so well, and I just loved I loved you. I loved everything that you shared, your mission, your vision, and your passion for speaking. And I just knew we had to have you on the Women Thrive stage, and you took your time, you played hard to get. You went off traveling, and I was like, where is she? I need to like she needs to jump in, she needs to jump in. And I was so glad that you decided to do that. And this really is such again, I'm also very, very, very happy that this means so much to you. And please take this as a big, big nudge that you are a lady on a big mission, and the world needs your voice, your community needs you, your family needs you. You really stand for something quite significant, and it's a really good lesson in like not giving up, like, taking a stand. Like I always say, don't leave the room, stay in the room. However difficult it might seem sometimes, stay in the room, because your voice needs to be heard. And I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Congratulations for the triple. Amazing. Well done, Michelle.
The first time.
Yeah, first time ever.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you, Amanda.
So Michelle was the first one to open the summit, and she's the one to close it. Congratulations. And this is the end of our Speakers Awards ceremony. I'm going to remove the spotlights from myself and my co-host. Remove the spotlight, and I'm going to come back to gallery view. So if you don't mind just coming back to gallery view, just to see everyone's faces. It's been phenomenal to have all of you here, part of this experience, part of this celebration. Congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you for being part of this community. If you want to join our mission, please feel free to participate in next year's summit as an attendee. And if you'd like to continue, potentially put yourself forward for either authorship or speaking opportunities, just reach out to us. I'm sure we have each other on emails. and social media. Thanks to Kay for coming on as our last year's winner as well, and a speaker from last year to share a word of encouragement to all of you shedding tears. Thank you. It's always bittersweet to close out. I don't know if anybody else wants to share anything before we go. Please feel free to just share anything. Kind of want to call on Andy if you don't mind. We didn't get to hear from Andy. That's just been
Hello.
part of our community.
Hello.
How are you feeling, Andy?
I'm great. Listen, I'm a ball of emotion. My eyes been sweating this whole time. Just eyes raining. No pollen in my house, but my eyes are raining. Okay. I just want to speak specifically to Michelle real quick. There is a light about you, babe. There is something about you. There is a light in you that burns so deep. I haven't gotten a chance to actually meet you, but I feel it. It is a bubble of protection around you, and I'm so glad you decided to step into your power. I'm so glad that thing that was sent to break you, to make you feel defeated, didn't do that. I'm so glad that you said, not me and not today. You are a powerhouse, my love, and I am so glad and honored that I got to share this space with you. And I just want you to know that. Thank you for just being you and showing up for you, even when things were not feeling like they were going to work out.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, love.
Thank you, darling.
We didn't get to hear from Carol.
That was for Andy. This has been amazing. I mean, it's been amazing. The whole thing from the beginning to the end was amazing. And I think that, yeah, I mean, I think when we're struggling, I feel like a lot of us, I mean, that's what happens when you're in a life, right? Is that there's stuff going on. And I think we're all trying so hard to show up in our best moments. And the thing that was pretty amazing about this community, this experience from beginning to end, is that we were able to show up for each other, for ourselves throughout all of these things that were happening, and knowing that there was a soft place to land. And, that's not always the case, that you don't get that. Sometimes you don't have that in your family. Sometimes you don't have that in your friends. You don't have that. And just knowing that this is a soft place to land and be able to speak our strength with our vulnerability and weakness, I think is just such a gift. So I think that the celebration is in every single person who's gone through this journey, and the growth and the voice and the lessons. I think we all have a lot to say now, and I'm excited to hear what everybody's going to say now that we're in this next chapter, this next moment that is just the beginning. It's like the beginning, the middle of the beginning, maybe, or the end of the beginning. So thank you for being here and asking me to talk.
Thank you. Thank you, Carol. I loved having you in this space, and we always just had so much fun.
We do like a good time.
Yeah, you've had so much fun, especially the closing ceremony. We had a great dance. If you ever get to attend I'm pretty sure you'll get to attend our future summits. Stay until the end. There's always some magic that happens in the end. We did have a lot of fun at closing ceremony. Caitlin, I know you didn't get to share. Your talk was phenomenal, and again, congratulations on your nomination. You come really leaps and bounds in this journey as well. Caitlin, yeah.
So I didn't hear you. I didn't hear my name. I heard you talking, and I'm like, that sounds like me.
Thank you. I have a cold and I have a big pile of tissues, not only from all the tears and all the things, but from constantly blowing my nose. Um, yeah, I've really enjoyed this experience. It has definitely been transformational. My my father, I'm the emotional one. Anyway, I always cry. But my father saw my talk and he was just floored. I mean, he's always been to all my things, like through all my years and that kind of thing. But he said to me, um, afterwards, he said, whatever you did, he goes, something turned on inside of you. And he said, whatever you did, he said, can you replicate it? And I said, oh yeah, I can replicate it. He goes, good. Because he goes, whatever it was, there was some switch that flipped or something. And he said like he was super engaged. And I mean, over the years, my relationship with my father has been, um, not always what I wanted it to be, but in the later years it has. So for him to kind of say in the end how impacted he was by it was really lovely and amazing to hear. And um, yeah, I'm really proud of what I've done and what I've shared, and also very pleased to be a part of such a phenomenal group of women and the opportunity to be on this global stage. It's been amazing. I'm trying to get my girlfriends to opt in. I don't know if they are or not, but I can see them hesitating. And I'm like, just do it. You need to do it.
Oh, congrats. Anybody
Thank you.
else who'd like to share anything before we close out? Clodagh, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to take the time to just thank you and Abby and just thank all of you absolutely incredible women. I just wanted to say there's been so much tonight about authenticity and about the vulnerability and the power of everyone sharing their stories and, just as you said, Raymonda, earlier, using that to like impact the world. It's so powerful and so courageous. So I just wanted to acknowledge that again and thank you all from the bottom of my heart for such an incredible experience. I haven't, necessarily been on the evening calls for us with you all, but I've actually watched so many of the talks since the summit as well, and I've just been overwhelmed by everyone's contribution and how everyone's come on. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And as someone just said, I can't wait to see what everyone does after this as well. Thank you for an amazing community, an amazing summit.
Thank you, Clodagh. Abigail, before we close, anything you want to share?
I just wanted to say thank you to you, Raymonda, for being the founder of Women Thrive and for your vision and your mission and for continuing this process and for giving everyone the opportunity to come in and be part of this amazing journey and for being such an incredible leader in this community. And just, we love you and thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's been a journey, and I love you all. Congratulations to all of our winners. And I hope to see you on the next stage and the next event. This is officially the end of the Women Thrive 2025, and this is definitely not the end of our community and our sisterhood and lots of things that we'll get to do in the future. So congratulations all, and we'll look forward to seeing you again in the very near future. Thank you, ladies. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Amazing. Thank you.